The Joaquin Phoenix Joker trailer dropped this week. Let's jump right into that. PJ
Well,
seems
first
to
off,
have a lot of thoughts.
one, I like that you called it the Joaquin Phoenix Joker trailer and not Todd Phillips. We are trying to ignore that this is the director of The Hangover.
Yeah.
Okay, but that aside, actually, that helped this trailer for me because I went in being like, okay, whatever. I'm interested in a Joker movie because I like DC a lot. Fine. But oh boy, did I love it. I thought it was so well crafted. I think it's a good trailer. I can't judge the movie yet because, Suicide Squad had a good trailer. Look how that turned out. So
Yeah.
we always try to be careful, but I thought this was well crafted. I thought it set the tone, set the mood. It's very Taxi Driver, very Kings of Comedy, a little Clockwork Orange. I like that it's in here. I'm curious of what everyone else is going to feel because I might be the lone weird emo kid who loved it.
I think I liked it. I've only seen it once, but for me, I think the most striking thing was it did not feel like a DC or even like a comic book adaptation trailer. As you said, kind of Taxi Driver, New York, kind of loner in the big city vibe was very much more what they were going for than, hey, this is an iconic comic book character. And I think it's kind of hard. Like Joaquin Phoenix, I always feel is one of those actors who just eats up the screen, which is not a bad thing. So for me, like that's all I could think. It was like I was watching a Joaquin Phoenix trailer and not necessarily a Joker or DC trailer, if that makes any sense.
Oh, totally. I think
that makes complete sense.
I'm interested. Like I have to say, having watched it, I'm now really interested to see what he does, and I feel like that's quite something. When you think about it, Heath Ledger is always going to be associated with the role. I think it's very brave of Joaquin Phoenix to step in and do it, but already he's showing me that I think he'll do something different, which is great.
Well, he's actually following up Jared Leto. so,
yeah, but la.
Yeah, that bar has been knocked down. I don't think that this needs to exist. Whenever they announced that this movie was happening, my reaction was just one of mostly confusion. I was just like, why? Why are you doing that? And I don't think I feel any differently now. I don't see the Joker in this. I see like a Killing Joke storyline pulled out and made into a movie, like a backstory that may or may not have been the Joker's origin. And I don't know, 5 years ago I would have called this movie heresy, but now I don't give a shit. But that aside, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Like it's got me. Like I'm gonna be in the theaters for it. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is always entertaining to watch, even if it's in movies that I don't particularly care for. And this looks like they have actually crafted a good movie. It does have like a king of comedy kind of vibe, and like Scorsese's fingerprints are on this. Todd Phillips, I don't have much affection for as a director. Honestly, when they first announced this, I confused Todd Phillips with Todd Haynes. and I thought that was cool, and then I realized that they were very different people. So, I don't know. I'm interested. I'm there.
I personally, I watched the trailer 5 times after it was released. And that's because I really, really, really fucking loved it. Now, the crazy thing here is, I'm the guy who does not like Batman vs. Superman because it's not my Batman. I'm the guy who hates the show Gotham because that ain't Batman. And let me tell you something about this. This ain't Batman.
Yeah.
But I've come to the realization that what DC needs to do, because when they try to follow in the steps of Marvel, where they want to have this overarching thing, and they're like, oh, this is our universe that we're playing in, you know what? You screwed it up. So what you need to do is take your properties, and anyone who has an interesting side idea that's not canon, let them have it. Let them do like, you know what? What if we made a movie where like Poison Ivy, like, I don't know, took over Mars? Fuck it, let them make that movie. Who cares?
so you mean Batman v Superman, and then everyone's gonna hate this again, and we're gonna do this again in 2 years.
No, that's because
exhausting.
That's because they didn't tell me that this is like another take on Batman. They were like, no, this is Batman. This is the Batman. This is the Batman we're going with for the future. No, I don't want anything interconnected. Let everyone have their own little side stories and do whatever they want with the properties, but don't try to make it some big thing that's connected.
Yeah, I think that was Batman v Superman's biggest problem, is that it was supposed to be building a continuity that would last for years, and it just didn't do that.
They were building a universe, and they first start off by like, oh, the building block of this universe is me shitting all over that thing you like. So I wasn't a fan. But something like this, yeah, like you don't need to tell me how the Joker came about. I don't want to know. You don't need to make the Joker, because they're going to make the Joker sympathetic in this film, and that's really weird to me.
And haven't we always, he's literally the most beloved DC villain. That's a problem I have with the Joker. He's my least favorite character in DC because he has fanboys. I think it's weird that I appreciate a good villain. They're always fun to watch, but like the love of Joker is weird. I don't think this is going to make me feel sympathetic just because look, Charles Manson could have had a really bad backstory. He still did gross things. Hitler, I don't care that he was a failed artist, still a bad guy. With this one, I'm still going to be like, cool, like, yeah, Joker, that sucks that your mom is Frances Conroy. Like, I get it, life sucks. I understand, but like it is this one. I do think they're going to try to be sympathetic, but hopefully intelligent people go, he's still a gross person. Like he's still going to end up beating Harley Quinn, and I still won't stand for that. I don't know. Only reason I like this Joker is because it makes me think of Mark Hamill. I'm in the minority who doesn't really love Heath Ledger's Joker. I think it's a fine acting performance, but as a character, for people to be like, I hate Batman v Superman, and to hate or to like that Joker always blows my mind, because that is so not comic book. This one I feel is very Cesar Romero, very Mark Hamill, and that's kind of what I want for my Joker. I want him to be an actual like clown comedian and not like grungy Hot Topic guy.
All right, EJ, real quick, I just need your answer on this. Better Joker, Heath Ledger or Jared Leto?
Oh, Heath Ledger.
Thank God. Thank God.
But honestly, they're equally not a Joker, though. They are equally not a character that is anything like a source material based thing. So that's why they're both kind of whatever to me.
I disagree. I think Ledger's Joker actually took a lot of the right beats from the right Joker stories, and then instead of being a character, he is more of a force of nature. So there's that.
He's a product of 2008, and honestly, that's my problem with him. I think it's a dated character, amazing performance, and I always have to separate that. Like he's an amazing actor. The characters, I mean, the magic trick with the pencil is still one of my favorite scenes I've seen in a movie. I think it's so great. But there's just things that I'm like, I don't connect with him. Again, I like my Joker to be a clown prince kind of thing. I love that, like that.
Yeah, a little more flamboyant and over the top.
You just did I think Gerald just did the, do you like this or this one? I'm gonna go Jack Nicholson before everyone else, because he's just so fun to watch. And that's what this reminds me of, is Jack Nicholson. I also, at least Joaquin Phoenix went crazy before this movie.
I know, this is great
That's
casting.
going to help him, because usually Jokers make everyone go crazy.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's already had his mental breakdown. We're good.
I think they had talked about, I recall before Jared Leto getting cast, that Joaquin Phoenix was somebody that they had named for maybe doing that role. And I thought it was a good idea then. And then they cast Jared Leto, and I was like, that could be good. And it wasn't.
Maybe Joaquin Phoenix saw what they wanted to do with the Joker in Suicide Squad and was like, no, I still want to be the Joker.
Maybe.
Not that Joker.
I want to see Joaquin Phoenix with a grill now, and now I have that burned in my head.
I think.
But watching the trailer, though, I did very much get the sense of, again, Joaquin Phoenix's persona both on and off screen. I was watching this thinking, why hasn't he played a character like this before? I feel like it's possibly not the biggest stretch. So I was very much believing of his performance already. But I will, as always, stress that I'm coming from a background of having not read the comic book, so my interpretations or ideas of a lot of these characters are obviously already influenced by loads of other people's prisms and changes that they've made. I have seen the Jack Nicholson Joker performance, but probably not since I was about 12. I think I remember it being good, but I probably didn't have much of an opinion when I was that young.
Yeah.
No, and I guess my thing to maybe transition into something else we'll talk about is I have this issue that DC is going to have, and I love them, and I'm always going to be a DC before a Marvel person, blah, blah, blah. I just have a problem with, like, the audience who just went to go see Shazam is not going to be the audience that goes to see the Joker. And that's going to be hard for the brand. Is like we said, we want them to be able to do these loose stories and have fun, but there isn't going to be any. I don't need continuity in the story, but any continuity in the films. And either it's going to be weird flip-flopping from these tones, because Shazam, I just saw it. It is nothing like this Joker trailer. Nothing at all. And it's just going to be weird to see those little kids have to go through an R-rated Joker movie.
They don't have to. They don't have to. They don't. I mean, this isn't like, hey, if you want to keep up with everything DC, small little Johnny, I know you like that Shazam movie with a funny 12-year-old in a giant man's body. Go watch this movie about how society creates its own villains. Yeah, I don't think that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah, that's why I think it is better that they're breaking this off and segmenting it and not doing a big old universe, because Marvel, I think, is very good at doing what they are doing. I think Kevin Feige is brilliant at making
Same movie for 10 years?
Yes. Mm-hmm. As doing a unified universe. And for as many times as I've walked out of a Marvel movie and been like, that was some same bullshit, I think overall it works for me and seems to work for a whole lot of people. But that also excludes them from doing more interesting things with, different characters. Their darker characters are relegated to TV shows. And DC has a lot of their bigger characters that can have darker sides to them and need grittier material. It works for Marvel because Daredevil doesn't need to be on the big screen. The Punisher doesn't need to be on the big screen. But Batman and the Joker and things like that, you do want a little bit of leeway to do, heavier takes on them. But, I don't know. I had a point and then I just lost my sentence. But
I was following along, so you had me there, Mr. Cult Leader. I was just like, everything he's saying is right. I'm wrong.
Yeah,
sure.
I think they need more leeway to be able to do different things with different characters. And if you're trying to make a unified universe, you do have to have a bit of homogeny there. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that would serve DC.
Yeah, I just get a little worried in the era of headlines needing to be. I just worry that Joker's not going to make as much money as Shazam, which I'm sure it doesn't need to.
It will not. It will not.
I know it's not. It's just in this weird world, I just feel like I get nervous of this. Again, I'm a lone Batman v Superman lover. I don't want to ever deal with 2016 again, because that was hard. Just the way the media was, the way pop culture sites were, it was a weird year. And I worry that hopefully Joker looks more like Oscar bait than anything else, and I think it might go into a whole different level of pretentious film people. Maybe we can avoid the fanboys in that one and go for the Oscar people, and then me and Tori can be yelling about this and again in a year.
I mean, like I say, do you think that's in Joaquin's mind already? Obviously, Heath Ledger, Oscar winner as the Joker.
The only comic book to win. So I really wish Jack Nicholson was nominated, because that would only make this role like Oscar gold.
What about the pressure as well to be the one that maybe didn't get the nomination? But also, see, I keep forgetting him. This is because I haven't seen the film and I don't really care to. But moving on, I think it would also be interesting because again, we're like jumping way ahead here. He could be terrible, but I feel like Joaquin Phoenix will at least be like watchable. Wouldn't it be interesting if he was nominated? Because I don't know how many times in Oscar history different actors have been nominated for playing the same character.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
I'm going through.
It may have happened. I feel like it could have done, but it's obviously rare.
At some point, but I can't think of an instance.
I suddenly started thinking about The Godfather, but obviously they're all playing family members, but not the same person.
Right.
Yeah.
And I try to think no Bond has been nominated, so then you really can't get Roger Moore, then Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
You can't really do that. So
no.
That no to Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton, that felt like shade towards them.
No, I love Roger Moore.
He loves them. I was chuckling because they've never given an Oscar-worthy performance.
I don't know. I would give whoever's playing Bond an Oscar every year,
I know you
except
would.
Pierce Brosnan.
He deserves it the most.
My first James Bond movies too.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Oh, okay. Just back to the Oscar thing. Slightly different, but not necessarily different actors being nominated for the same part, but there have been actors nominated for playing the same part twice. So like Cate Blanchett was nominated twice for playing Elizabeth I.
Huh.
Once in Elizabeth I and once in Elizabeth the Golden Age.
She's a great Elizabeth, and she's Cate Blanchett. She's great everything.
Yeah. Actually, oh no, that does lead to a part. So obviously it's a bit different 'cause it's a historical figure, but she was nominated twice for playing Elizabeth I. Judi Dench.
I was about to say
nominated
Judi
for playing
Dench did
Elizabeth
that.
I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously Margot Robbie not this year. There's probably someone else somewhere there. So yeah, a partial answer to that query.
Yeah, we didn't even take into consideration historical figures.
Yeah,
that would have opened it up quite a bit.
I'm
think.
sure that's happened a few times, but if you're talking about fictional characters, I really don't know.
Yeah. And you know what? Good for this trailer for at least to give us his emotions. Usually I see so many trailers, especially in this season, where all of them are coming out. And I'm just like, well, that was fine. Like Aladdin. I just was like, that came into my head and left. This one has stuck with me. And I give them credit for that because that's really hard to do is make a great trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. Like, it is something that is hard to drop off your head. So.
No, they've definitely won the Oscar for Best Comic Book Trailer this year.
That's probably true.